So here we show you. Okay, have a look on this. Can you see this diagram? Can you see
Yes,
this
sir.
diagram? Z
Yes,
score.
sir.
Okay, here what happens? Okay, I'll try to using that formula z is equal to mean minus x value divided by standard deviation. Okay, I'll try to divide the complete my data. So if you are setting, let us say, the range between 25% to 75%, this is going to be your 25%. You can have minus plus here. Okay, so this is going to be the range here, 25% to 75%. Okay, that means in this case, I'm concerned about only this data which fall under this boundary. Clear? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
In the same way, let us say, okay, I have set the boundary in this range, minus 2 to plus 2. That means I'm concerned about the data which fall under this category only, or this area only. What about this data which between the boundary between minus 2 to minus 3 and plus 2 to plus 3? What is this data?
Mm,
Do you consider this data?
no.
No. Okay, that is called outlier data. Understood?
Okay.
Understood?
Okay.
No. Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
this is
Yes,
called
sir.
outlier data. Say if the range is 25 to 75. Okay, so 1 to 24 outlier data. Similarly, 76 to 100% outlier data. So I'll generally view what we do. We try to reject such type of a data. But in my project, what I am doing, okay, I'm using this box plot, box plot and histogram technique to check whether in my data set outlier data is there or not. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so whether is there or not. So in this, okay, so if it is not possible to recognize whether my outlier data is in this project in this data set, outlier data is there or not. Okay, so we can recognize directly from this box plot. Have a look on this. Okay, have a look on this second one. Density, concentrate on density. See, this is called, okay, this is clean data. Fine. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
The
Yes,
light
sir. Yes,
dark
sir.
blue line is there, right? This is the clean data. That means I'm
Okay.
concerned about this data. I'm going to use this data. This dotted line is there, right? What you can see here, this dotted line.
Yeah.
Hello? This
Hello,
is called
sir.
outlier data. Okay, this is called outlier data. It is
Okay.
not matching with my data. Clear?
Okay.
It is
Yes,
matching with
sir.
my data, but it is out of range data. If it is not possible, clearly from box plot I can see here. Have a look on this. So this is my concern data. Understood? This is what, this is out of range data, no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so it is not connected. Okay, it's similar data, but it's not connected. It is out of range data. From this graph, I can say that in my data set also there are certain outlier datas.
Sir,
Okay,
in that,
so
sir, I have one
yeah,
doubt, sir. Sir,
yes.
in that box plot, where is that range, sir?
Which one?
In that box plot,
Ah,
range.
range. Okay, range. Here we have not certain kind of set. Just to see the whether my data is have the outlier data or not. Generally, we use this box plot.
Okay.
Fine.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Now, in the next level, we'll try to set the range here. Whether I want 25% or 75%, we can set the range through the programs. Fine. Hope you are
Okay.
clear. Taslima.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here also, you have a look on this. In this also, in this box plot also, I can see clearly there is an outlier data. So that means the range, have a look on 1 to 2. But if the total data set you take, okay, so I have 0 to 3 here. So that means this is the outlier data. This data is outlier data. This data is the outlier data here. Okay. So next what I will do, okay, we'll try to set the range here. Okay, I'll try to set the range for minimum outlier. Means, okay, minimum square feet of area. Understood. If the square feet is, let us say, imagine that if the size is lesser than 350, so whatever the data comes, which is lesser than 350, I'm going to consider that one as an outlier data. Clear?
Yes,
Hello.
sir. Yes, sir. Hello,
Okay,
sir.
so here what I am doing here is already I have one feature called total square feet area, which is in the DF7. I'll try to divide that one with the BHK. Okay, I'll try to divide that one with the BHK. So that is going to give me the square feet of the BHK. Clear? Let us imagine that I have 350. Imagine I have around 350. 350 divided by 3. Whatever the data we are getting, I'll try to check that one and try to compare that one with it if it is lesser than 350 square feet or not. Clear? Understood? Okay, if it is lesser than 350, that means such type of a data I'm going to reject it. Okay, now let's try to let me try to run this. Okay, shift and enter. Okay, shift and enter. So you can see here. Okay, there are data. Okay, there are data here. That means this is okay. So in this, these are the outlier data. I can say total square feet. This much is there. Understood. BHK. These many are there here. Understood. So these are the prices here. Okay. So this is after dividing whatever the data set which comes. Okay, or whatever the data set which is having more than 350 square feet. Okay, all those data is displayed here. You can check the range here. 9 index 9 is having. Okay, so that means I can consider this data. 26 index I can consider. 29 index I can consider such type. Okay, so we are going to have the all such type of a data here. Hope you are clear with the outliers. Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so next is let's try to check the shape. I'm not going to explain this very quickly. I want to finish this because this is going to be a very lengthy project. Trust me. Next is okay. I'm just shifting this. Whatever the D7 is having, I'm shifting it to D8 and we'll try to check the shape here. Okay, same thing. Same. I'm going to run here to check to have the shape. Have a look on this. So after filtering the complete data or after removing the complete data, have a look. How many data set I have here? How many records I have?
12,000.
12,000. We had how many? Yeah, we selected how many records? We chosen how many records?
Hello,
13,000, no?
13,320.
Yeah, 13,000 we have chosen here, but after filtering everything, we got 12,000. And we have 10 features here. Okay, 10 features we have. I think we need to drop some of the features here. We had 9. I think we need to drop here. Let me check. Total square feet. Okay, total square feet is okay. Balcony, price, bathroom, 6 bathroom here. Total square feet. I think this one we need to remove, right? No, this we need to remove, right? Participants.
Yes,
This is
sir.
the
Yes.
clear data. This is the clear data. Okay, so this is we need to remove. That means 9 features we have now. Okay, so we need to drop that one. Now next in the same way, okay, I'm going to take the price now. Price. Okay, so what I am going to do here is hold on. So as far as price is concerned, I'm going to convert that lakh into some format. Okay, sorry. The complete whatever the price values are there, I'm going to consider that one in terms of lakh rupees. Okay, hold on.
Sir, I have one doubt, sir.
Yes, yes.
Sir, here that D8 shape we got 1218,106 data, right? So it indicates
12106. Yes.
it indicates that outliers
No, this is without outliers.
without love, but about D8 means these are the data less than 350
Square feet.
square feet, right?
Yeah. Yes, yes. These are the data which is lesser than square feet. 350 square feet. Any other doubt?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, okay. So next in the same way, so I'm going to have for the this one uh, prices. Okay, so prices I'm going to convert in terms of the lakhs here. Okay, so as far as lakhs is concerned, this is the formula I'm going to use here. DF8 is having price. Okay, so multiply that one with the lakh, 1 lakh, divide that one with the square feet. So this generally what it will do, it try to predict or it try to calculate the value of the flat, okay, or houses with respect to square feet. Understood? I think you might have seen 1 square feet is equal to 3,000 rupees. One for in this range. Let's say Jayanagar. In Jayanagar, okay, so one square feet is costing around 3,000. I think you might have heard about that one, right? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Per
sir.
square feet. Okay. So sometimes, okay, we try to price we try to demand. Okay. So the prices of the flats per square feet. Okay. So that's the reason I'm going to divide this one with the total square feet. So that means I'm going to get the value per square feet, okay, of the flat. Now next is, let me try to run this one. Okay, DF8 and head. Okay, DF and head. So this is, you can see here, have a look on this. So here, as far as Electronic City is concerned, have a look. Electronic City is concerned, per square feet is how much?
3,000.
3,699. That means 3,700 they are charging. In the same way, if you take 100 square feet of the flat, means how much it will be? 3 lakh
3 lakhs.
70,000. Yeah, 70,000 approximately. Suppose let's say you are going to have 4,000 square feet of area. That means it is going to have 4 square feet means 1 BHK you take. So that means 1 BHK is going to charge you around 12 lakh rupees. Correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Predicted. Understood? No?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so that means I'm going to have this feature here. Okay, in the same way, if you check Chikka Tirupati, okay, so this is the prices. If you take Linga, what I don't know what is, I'm very difficult. It's very difficult to pronounce this thing. Okay, so next is, it is having around 6,000 square feet per year. Understood. Now let's try to have the statistics of this. To have the statistics, what I have done, so I'm using this method called describe. Okay, so as far as describe is concerned, let me run this. Okay, so in this I can see that, okay, I can have a count is total, what I can say, the total record I have 12,106. Mean value is how much? 6,184.
Yes,
Means 1 square feet mean value is 6,000. Minimum is how much? 267.
267.
Yeah, 267 somewhere is there. I need to find out what is that one. 25%, 50%. This is nothing but the median. Also, I can say 5,261. I can say minimum. Okay, standard deviation 4,101,000 rupees. It is showing. Maximum it is showing 17,000. No, 1,76,417. That means in this I can see. See, in maximum I can see. If you compare this maximum with median or mean, you take. Okay, mean you take 6,184 is there. Maximum 1,76,417. Wow, is that matching with maximum? Is matching with the mean value?
No, sir.
Okay, so where is 1,76,000? Where is 6,000? This indicates that even after removing the outlier, in some of the other records or some of the other features, there are there are still outliers. Hope you are clear.
Yes, sir.
Means it is showing like it is. You can predict from this data that in some other feature or some other fields, there are some data, okay, which is out of my boundary or out of the range. Okay, we need to filter it again. So same thing I'm doing here. Okay, in my next stage, what I have done, okay, same, just whatever how I have programmed in the same way I have programmed here, but this time what I am doing, okay, so I'm going to have the price per square feet. I'm going to check the outlier for the price for the square feet, because this is these are the price values, no? Yes or no, participants?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
These are the price values. So that what I'm going to, obviously outliers are in the price values. So I'm just removing the outliers with respect to price per square feet. Okay, so by running this one, don't worry, I'll try to share this code. You can okay, just try to compare this one with the previous one, you will understand. Okay, shift and enter it. Okay, shift and enter it. So it got executed. Next is I'm going to remove the outlier in my DF6. Okay, that is with respect to my the prices. Okay, so run this one again. BF9. I have created one more observation here. BF9. Okay, with the shape. Can you see this one? How many records right now I have?
Yeah,
8,000. Previous one, how much were there?
12,000.
Yeah, 12,000. From 12,000, I have reduced it to 4,000 record. I have lost. That means those are outliers actually. Okay, 11 features are there. In the same way, next is, okay, I'm going to have for location. Next, data. I'm going to have for the location. Let's see whether is there any the outlier in the location. Let me run this one. Okay, shift and enter it. Okay, shift and enter it. So I have taken one simple. Okay, so location Rajajinagar. Let's say. Okay, so let me try to run this. Hold on. So can you see this? I've taken location. One location I've taken called Rajajinagar. Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
I'm
Yes,
going
sir.
to remove. There are certain outliers. Okay, there are certain outliers even in with respect to locations. Okay, so I've taken the Rajajinagar here. Okay, have a look on this. This is one more. Okay, so the type of the technique generally we use to find out the outliers. Can you see this one? Is there any outliers
Yes,
here?
sir. Yes, sir.
Where
Standing
it is?
that
Where?
corner.
No, have a look on this. This is you can have. Blue means 2 BHK.
Okay.
Blue means 2 BHK. 3 means okay. Plus red plus means 3 BHK. Now there are outliers. Where are the outliers?
Um,
There is
so
outliers here.
that
This is the cluster of 3 BHK. Correct?
yes, sir.
Okay, I'm doing class kind of a classification here. This is the cluster of T3 BHK. This is the cluster of
Yes,
2 BHK. And what about this one? This is the cluster of
inside that 2 BHK cluster there is one 3 BHK. I
exactly.
think
There is yeah, exactly. There is one outlier here, 3 BHK inside this cluster, right?
yeah. Yes,
Here
sir.
also have a look on this. In this
Four
cluster there
outliers.
are outliers. 4 outliers. Have a look on this. 2 BHK mixed with the 3 BHK. So that means I can consider this entire cluster as an outlier. I need to remove that.
Okay.
Understood?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
With respect to location. With respect to location feature, I need to remove this. Understood? So this is
Yes,
again
sir.
one more kind of an outlier. Okay, what we have found in the location feature. So again, what I am doing, I'm just trying to remove that one. Okay, those the outliers. In the same way, okay, I have chosen one more called Hebbal here. Hebbal, another location. Let me run this one. Okay, let me check whether is there any outliers for the Hebbal location.
Hello, sir.
Yes,
Sir, here
yes.
we
I'm
have to
audible.
remove the outliers in terms of every future, sir.
Exactly. Otherwise, you can design the model, but you will not get that level of accuracy.
Okay,
Understood?
sir.
Because
Okay.
this is one problem with the machine learning. The area you should use very clean data. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, so it should be very clean data, then only you will get the perfect result. If you are using noisy data, okay, or mixed form of a data, or say one feature is in one format, other feature is in another format. So machine learning will not give the proper accurate result. So, hope you are clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, it is not in when it comes to learning the data, no, in machine learning it is not only changing the format and making the format similar, similar format. With respect to records also we need to analyze.
Okay, sir.
Okay, here
Okay,
have
sir.
a look on this. I have 2 BHK, 3 BHK is there. Along with 2 BHK, 3 BHK mixed form of data is also is there. Okay, this is with respect to Rajaji Nagar. Similarly, there is one more location called Hebbal. Let me run this one. Okay, so let me find out whether I have any outliers even in Hebbal also. I'm just plotting the graph for Hebbal also. Have a look on this. Is there any outlier here?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Have
sir.
a look on this. This cluster is there, right? This
Yeah.
cluster is having the outlier. We need to remove this also. Okay, so that means now I got some brief idea, about my data, status of the data or the quality of the data here. Next, I'm just removing the outlier. Okay, to remove the outlier, what I am doing? Okay, so with respect to PHK, I'm removing the outlier. Okay, by running this simple the code here. Shift and enter it. Don't worry, I'll share this one. You can try. It's pretty straightforward. Mean, standard, and count I'm taking. That's it. Okay. Mean, standard, and mean value, standard value, and the count I'm taking, and I'm removing the outliers here. Next is, so after removing the outlier, let me see how many records are available. Okay, so just run this one. run this one. Can you see this one? How many are there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 7,192.
7,000. That means almost to 1,000 record again got eliminated. That means we started processing the data from 13,000. From 13,000 we have reduced it to 7,000. That means 50% of the record had the noisy data. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Again, okay, in the same way, let's try to now next to here also 2 BHK. Okay, here what I'm doing, okay, scatter plot I'm going to for the case of Hebbal also. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to remove the outliers. Okay, so have a look. Now after removing, have a look this. With respect to just now I've taken, even you can check for the Rajaji Nagar. This is for the Hebbal. Now you compare this graph with this graph. Okay, so for some extent my outliers, I have removed the outliers now. Yes or no? This was before. This was before. Okay, so with respect to Hebbal location, this is after processing or after removing the outlier. So have a look on this. So I have now, this is the cluster of 3 BHK and this is the cluster of 2 BHK. But some records still, some outliers are present here. Okay, so that I will reject. Otherwise, if I again remove, okay, again my records, number of records are going to reduce. Again, if you have less amount of data, again a problem for my what I can say, the model required. We need to feed a huge amount of data for the model. Okay, so next is I'm just checking the shape features. So after removing the outlier, I got around 700 and 120 records only. Okay, so next is I'm just displaying this one using the visualization. Okay, so have a look on this. Okay, so have a look on this. So this is before. Okay, so this is before, this is after. Okay, so these are the outlier data. Now outlier data is not available here. Understood? So I have completely removed this outlier data. This is with respect to balcony, and this is with respect to bathroom. Okay, this is with respect to balcony, and this is total square feet, and this is the prices. Okay, so next is okay. Let's try to prepare the model. Okay, let's try to prepare the model. Okay, to prepare the model, what I am doing, let's try to test this first. Okay, so I'm going to prepare the model by taking the features like area type, availability, okay, location, size, total square feet. Fine.
Okay.
Okay, don't get confused. Practice this one, you will understand. Okay, so again, I'm going to have the observation T12, DF12, new observation I'm going to have. Okay, so that I'm going to have from DF11. So here already the complete data is clean now. So what I'm going to do, okay, so I'm going to drop these features now. Area type, availability, location, size as well, total square feet. Okay, so that these features, right? These features are this feature had the noisy data. Now, using these features, I have already created the new features without the noisy data. Now, what is the use of these features? So, I'm going to drop this one. So, let's try to drop this. Okay, so to drop this one, you can run this code. Okay, hold on. To run this code, hold on. Edit. One second, participants. Insert. Hold on. Next is cold C. Yeah, so let me cut this, paste here. So here, just try to run this one. Okay, run this, shift and enter it. So that means I'm going to drop the cells here. Okay, the old cells I have already dropped here. Understood? These are the cells here. Now next is, sorry.
Sir, I have one doubt, sir.
Sorry.
Sir, what is
Yeah,
axis equal to 1?
Sorry?
Axis equal to 1 means?
Axis is equal to 1 means we are going to consider with respect to column.
Okay, okay.
Okay, we are going to take with respect to column. Axis is equal to 1. If it is axis is equal to 0, we are going to take with respect to records.
Okay,
Nothing but a row.
okay, okay, sir.
Okay, suppose let us say I want to drop this index. So how I can drop this index? Index underscore axis is equal to 1. So that means the index record will get dropped.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so here see these are the features right now what we have got now. This is clean data set. The clean data what I can see here is okay. This data I can use to design my machine learning model. Hold on, but before that one, there are some I need to clean the entire data set first. To clean the entire data set, I can run the command like hold on. So the command is uh, command is hold on. Hold on. Command is what is this df2 right? df2 yeah. So I need to clean first. Okay, so to clean this, uh, I can use the command like df12 dot csv. Okay, so that means I'm going to have one separate. I'm going to shift this. Okay, so whatever the clean data is there now, I'm going to store this one in separate CSV file. Okay, to store in a separate CSV file, you can run the command like to df12. It is nothing but my feature to okay CSV. Next is CSV. Next is give the name of the CSV file. Let's say the name of the CSV file is clean. Okay, so since it is a clean data now, bathroom, balcony, prices, total square feet, BHK prices, square feet. Okay, so it's a clean data now. So let's try to clean underscore these underscore data dot give the CSV. Okay, the extension should be CSV. CSV. Next is index is equal to false. Okay, index is equal to false. Index is equal to false again. So this is see this data I'm going to use to train the model using some algorithm. Let's say I'll try to use this data to train using XGBoost algorithm. Okay, so I'll right now I'll try to maintain one separate CSV file of this file, this data. Okay, later on I'll try to use this one. Now next is the most important categorical variable encoding. Okay, so here as far as categorical variable encoding is concerned, I think we have the data like have a look on the data first to try to understand what is categorical data type. Okay, so let me run this. Let me run this. Have a look on this. Uh, as far as size, okay, size is concerned, there is a size here. Total square feet. Total square feet. 1 second, participants. Categorical variable df11. df11 drop size. Huh? Size, where is the size here? Size, can you see size here?
Yes, sir.
Balcony,
Yes, sir.
bathroom, okay. Which one? Sizes. No, one second. No, let me try to check DF11 data first. Then only we will be able to understand. It is DF11 data. DF11 data. So DF11 data. So this is the DF11 data. Where it is DF11, DF10. df10 and this is the df11 data. So let me try to run here one more line of code, insert code cell. Okay, so here df11 dot head you write, df11 dot head. Okay, so next is run this one. Okay, so here hello
Hello, sir.
hello participants.
Hello, sir.
Hello, have a look on this size. Okay,
sir.
so have a look on this. Yeah, I'm audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hello, have a look
Hello,
on this
sir.
size. Size is yeah. Have a look on this type of data. Okay, size data 3 BHK, 3 BHK, 2 bedroom we have, right? So that's why, is this a clean data?
No, sir. No, sir.
No, because okay, so I want let's try to convert this one only to numeric value. So that means I'm going to remove this PHK now. Understood? To remove this PHK, what I am doing, I'm going to have only the numerical value. Okay, 3, 2, 4 like that. Okay. So to do that, okay. So to do that, what I am going to do is first, okay, I'll try to remove this categorical variable. First, I'll try to remove this size. Okay, so try to remove this size from 11 D11. Okay, and try to store only the data with respect to the features, like uh, sorry, in this D11. Okay, I'm going to remove size as well as the total square feet. Okay, so total square feet also I'm going to remove here. Here to remove drop, there is a method called drop. Okay, use this drop. Next, run this one. Okay, so run this. Access means column wise I'm going to consider all the records. Now DF13 is having these records in this data set. We'll talk about size and bulk total square feet later. Okay, so area type, this is the area type, this is the availability, ready to move we have. Okay, locations also we have. Bathroom. Okay, so now you can see here, this is a clean data set now, right?
Yes,
Bathroom, balcony, prices, total square feet, okay, BHK. Next we have total square feet. This is a clean data set. We need to do certain kind of an what I can say, some modification here also. We need to clean this data. So here, since it is an the string type of a data, okay, or you can say that statement kind of a data we have. Okay, so we need to convert this one in terms of what numerical data, right?
Yeah.
So no,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
we
Yes,
need to
sir.
convert this one in terms of numerical data. There is a technique called one hot encoding. Okay, there is a technique called one hot encoding. So in generally in one hot encoding, generally what we do, okay, we try to convert this the complete string of a data in terms of numerical value or the sequence of numerical value. So here say I have imagine that okay, this is there Halli, uh, D Halli we have, right? Understood. So
Yes,
what I will do, I'll try to give some sequence of zeros and one for this one. Hope you are clear. Suppose let us
yes,
say
sir.
I have three groups now. In location, I have three different types of a location. So what I will do, I'll try to give the sequence of zeros and one. Let's say 001 for this D Halli, 010 for other, okay, and 100 for other the location I'll give. Okay, so that technique is called one hot encoding technique we generally we do. So here, even if you check here, understood. So Davanahalli, we can make a group of this. Okay, Davanahalli is one group. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Jayanagar is one group. So I can make the group of the similar data. Okay, so after creating the group, I can give the sequence of zeros and one. That technique is called okay, one hot encoding. There is one more technique. Okay, so generally we use one hot encoding technique for to handle categorical data. It's very important. Okay, so in you take any type of a data set. Okay, obviously we are going to have string format of the data here. So to handle such type of data, we use okay one hot encoding a technique here. Okay, so here how to do that one? How to convert this area type, availability, and location? Okay, I want to convert this one into numerical form. there is a method called dummies. We will be replacing this one with a dummies. Dummies is nothing but the sequence of zeros and ones. Cleared? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, it's sequence of zeros and ones. So what I will do here, I'll call this dummy method. Okay, PD dummy panda is supporting for this one hot encoding. DF14, I'm going to create one more observation called DF14. PD dot get dummy. My data is in D13. Okay, drop first true. That means I'm going to drop this index first. Column, I'm going to consider the columns like area type, availability, and location. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Clear, participants?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to have only these three I'm going to convert into numerical data. Let's try to convert this one into numerical data by using one hot encoding. So it's pretty straightforward. If you use this method, automatically it will get converted into the dummy values. That's the sequence of zeros and the ones here. Let me run this. Okay, so run this one. It got created now, so there is no effect as far as my the data is concerned here. But have a look. Before we had how many features
11
in the
features.
record? In the record, okay, there is no difference. But in the case of features, there are a lot of difference here. We had 11 records now.
Yes, sir.
We had like 11 records. Now have a look on this. After one hot encoding, okay, so it has 11 record has generated how many records? Sorry, how many features?
820.
820 features we have. Okay, so that means sequence of dummies sequence are there, no? So it has, uh, you will be having plenty of zeros and one dummy record. I'll show you that one now. Okay, to show that, what I will do, let me try to insert one more the cell here, code cell. Okay, and next is df14 dot head. df14 dot head. Next is run this code. Hold on. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes,
This
sir.
is my complete data. Compare this one. This is my complete data. Okay, this is the data. Where it is? Yeah. This is my complete data. This bathroom, balcony, price, total price. Okay, they all are in the numerical format. This I have converted into numerical format using the one-hot encoding technique. So after converting it, have a look on this. For only to handle that data, so have a look how many zeros and one it has generated. Okay, so this is the record. Have a look. Fine, location. Okay, so one by one for individual record, it has given one sequence of code here. Fine.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, so don't worry, don't scratch your head. This itself will taken care by the pandas. Okay, or the collab itself it will take. Okay, even if you try to understand that, it's not possible to understand. Okay, so that is one kind of a technique generally we use to convert it into the numerical value. That you have to keep in mind. This can be an interview question also. Okay, so next is it's time to build the model. Okay, to build the model, one hot encoding. Just now I told you, no, one hot encoding we use. Now, okay, so what I have done here, in this case, I'm just creating one file here, one file of this record or data set. Clear?
Yes,
Hello.
sir. Yes, sir. Hello, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm just creating the one .csv file of this record. Okay, so that I can use this one in designing the model. Understood? That can be done using this method, to underscore csv, and this is the name of my model. Okay, not model, data set. Fine.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so data set. Now next is just run this one. Okay, so run this. Okay, so to run this, what I will do, I'll try to have one more cell here, insert, because already I've written these things, because if I keep on writing means it is going to take a lot of time. That's the reason I wrote all those things. Next I thought of explaining, because I can concentrate more on the model, how to design the model of machine learning. Okay, so let me try to run this one. Okay, so shift and enter it. So right now how many files we have?
7,000.
Yeah. No. How many CSV files? Okay. Three CSV files we have right now. So this is one. Okay. One is clean.csv, and this is the next one. And next one, that old CSV file what we use. Run this one. Shift. Yeah, it should be. Sorry, I have committed some mistakes here. Should be like this. Click on. Now I can run, I guess. Run this. Okay, so it got executed. Now, if you want to check whether that file created or not, go to your drive, click here, have a look on this. Can you see this? Now,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
this is clean underscore data dot csv I have. Okay, okay. Next, this is just now what I have created. Okay, so this is with encoded value we have. Again, we need one complete file. Okay, so let me run the next one. So next is I'm going to have data type now. Let's try to work on data type. I think you have seen the data type. 1 second. Data type feature. Where is data type feature? Data type feature. Data type feature. Where is data type feature? Let me run this. D12, D13. Yeah, data type feature. Have a look on this data type feature. Okay, can you see this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Data type. This is also string format, no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Super build area, build up area, super build up area, super build up area, plot area. How many groups are there? How many groups here we can create from this?
Three.
3 groups.
Three.
One is for plot area, super build up area, build up area. So similarly, I think we have 7,000 records. I don't know how many groups we can create. So generally what we do, okay, first let's try to create the group. So I'm just counting here in this line. Okay, so how many values are there? Okay, let me try to run this first. I think it's better. Okay, so to run this, let me insert one more cell. Okay, next is just copy and paste here. Next is next here. In this code, let me try to count how many records are there in area type. Okay, so have a look on this. How many groups are there?
Four.
Hello?
Four.
Hello?
Hello,
Four,
sir.
sir.
4, sir.
Hello?
Hello, sir.
Hello,
Four
sir.
groups are super build up area.
Plot
Plot
area.
area and carpet area.
Yes, yes.
Carpet area.
Yeah. 4 groups are there. Okay, so again I'm going to perform one hot encoding here. Okay, so that means I'm going to convert that entire area type into zeros and ones. So this is a code here. Okay, so here have a look on this. First I'm going, before performing one hot encoding, I'm going to create the group for this one. Super hot build up area, plot area, and carpet area. Okay, so I'm just copying this one, whatever the data I have in DF13 to DF15. So next I'm performing the one hot encoding. Let's try to have the group for this first. Super build up area. Okay, now build up area, plot area. Okay, so to have the group, use this method. Okay, cat underscore var. This is the column name. Okay, plus cat underscore var method generally we use. Okay, and this is available in NP. NP means num py. Understood? Num py. So I'm going to have the group here. So here, let me run this. But before running this, let me try to add one more code here. Cell. Okay, so here, just content is run this one. Okay, run this. First, let's try to create the groups. Got created. Have a look. 7,120, 12 features are there. Okay, so that means 9 we had, extra 3 features we have added. Don't get confused. fetching the data from DF13. Okay, so now let's try to check the head version. Head 2. Okay, so here have a look. Area type. Now we have created the group here. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if you
Yes,
want, you
sir.
can
Yes,
check.
sir.
Just to display 2, I have taken. If you want to display 3, let's try to run this. 3 groups. Shift and enter it. Can you see this? Okay, I have created the group now. Fine. Super build-up area. Whatever the super build-up areas are there, okay, everything will be taken. Everything, all the data will be dumped in that group. Okay, super build-up area. Build-up area as well as super build-up areas. Now next is, okay, this is again I'm using one hot encoding here. Sorry, this is for one feature called type area. Again we have availability. Okay, ready to move to ready. I think that is there. One second. Have a look on where is the data. Yeah, have a look. Availability. Can you see this? Ready to move we have. Similarly, okay, they have given the specific date also. In that date, okay, the flats are available. So again, we need to perform the group. Okay, we need to have the group of that the feature also. Okay, so to have the group of that feature, so what I can do is same procedure. Don't get confused. It look like the program look like lengthy. It's not like if you are able to understand. I'm just copying and pasting the same thing, same code. Okay, let me run this. This is for availability. Next feature. Okay,
Okay, sir.
so next shift and enter. Shift and enter it. Okay, so availability. Ready to move. Have a look on this. So I have created the group now. Okay, for the ready to move availability. Next is in the same way location. So as far as locations are concerned, let me try to count how many locations are there. I have a look on location. Phaser Town we have. Okay, Manyata Park we have. TC Palya we have. There are different locations. Okay, to do that, what I will do, let me try to add one more cell here. Okay, so hold on. Here, try to insert one more cell. Code cell. Where it is? Okay, it has added here. I have added here. Okay, so here, let me try to count first how many locations are there. Okay, so next we can set certain conditions. Okay, good. So here in this case, what I have done, I'm just counting the number of locations. How many locations are available in the data set? Okay, so this is the location value count. One variable I have created. Okay, so this is a pretty straightforward. If you want to have the count, just call this method value underscore counts. Okay, so next is shift and enter it. Shift and enter. So you can see here there are plenty of locations, right? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Hello.
sir.
Have a look on
Hello,
this.
sir.
There are plenty of locations here. Yeah. So in this record, I have different types of locations. Okay. Now what I will do, let's try to play some strategies. Strategy in the sense, if the location is repeating 20 times, fine. If
Yes,
the
sir.
if the location is repeating 20 times in record, so I'm going to consider only such type of records. Okay. Rest of the location again, I'm going to drop it. Clear?
Okay, sir.
Yes,
Clear,
sir.
participants?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what I'm doing here is, if say, okay, what is that? Kemapura is repeating 20 times in my data set. So I'll consider that location. Rest of the location I'll try to eliminate. Okay. So to do that one, now what I'm doing, okay, I have created one more variable. Okay, generate 20. Okay, this is the method location value count. Location value count is greater than or equal to 20. Okay, so that I'm going to consider that one in index. Understood. Now next, after that, just run this one. Okay, location, enter. So that means these are the areas which is repeating 20 more than 20 times. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so these are the area which is repeating 20 times that means in my model, okay, so I'm going to consider only these areas like Electronic City, Sarjapura, Whitefield. Okay, so next Raja Rajeshwari Nagar, Marathahalli. Okay, so these are repeating more than 20 times, so I'm going to have the same thing. Next, what I am doing, okay, so I'm going to perform what? One hot encoding. Clear? Sorry, I'm going to create the groups first. The groups of these things. Let us have. Let us imagine that white field is there. White field. Let us imagine that there are 100 records of white field. So I'm going to create the group of that 100 fields. Sorry, 100 records with respect to white field. So here same thing. Cat. Have a look on this. I'm going to create one more feature called extra df16. Whatever is there, I'm going to in df15. I'm going to copy that. So I'm going to use this method called cat where to have the group. Same you can repeat for other projects also. Location, this is having greater than 20 location. So I'm going to call that one. Okay, I'm going to create the different location for that. Same technique what I have used in the previous the feature. Okay, so next is just run this one. Shift and enter it. Shift and enter. So that means have a look at this. We have the groups now. Devanahalli, okay, Deva, what is that? It's very difficult to pronounce. Understood. The different locations, groups it got that created now. And you can see, okay, so that means my data is getting, okay, so data is becoming more clear here. Understood. Location, Tumkur Road, have a look on this. So this is one different location. Okay, Damlur is there, Hebbal is there, and this is a sequence for that one. Okay, so of the group, what it has created with respect to the location here. Okay, so next is next drop the categorical data. Obviously now once after converting all the data or the features of this area type, availability and location, I don't want this now. These features, that is area type, availability, location. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop this one now. To drop this, okay, use the method called drop here. Okay, and I'm going to store after dropping these cells. I'm going to store that data set in df17. Next, I'm going to check the shape here. Okay, shift and enter it. Now, how many features are there? Hello, participants.
100, sir.
Hello.
100 or 1
Hello,
number?
Okay, 108
108.
108 features are there. Records are 7,001 here. Records are 7,120 records are available here. Now next is now almost the cleaning of the data is over. Almost cleaning of the data is almost over now. Okay, so this is the clean data I would say. Okay, next is it's time to design the model. To design the model, what I will do again. We try to check this model D17. This is the clean data I can say. You can clean further. You can take this one to the next level also if you want. So far right now I'm done with cleaning the data. Okay. So this is the clean data I have right now. What I have. Have a look on this. After dropping my that string format of the data. So your data, clean data will look like this. But have a look on this. Have a look on this. The data, clean data will look like this. There is no string value in this. Can you see any string value in this?
No, sir.
Hello?
no, sir.
No string
sir.
value. All the numerical data I have. So that means the complete data set what I had, I have completed into numerical value. Now I can use this one to design my machine learning model. But before designing, let me try to create the separate CSV file for this. So to create the separate CSV file, again I'm going to run the same method. To CSV. This is the final data set. Okay, the final data set what I'm going to use to design my machine learning model. Okay, and I'm going to save this one with extension .csv. Next index is equal to false. You give shift and enter it. Okay, shift and enter it. Now you can see this here. Okay, so that CSV file you can see here. 1 second. Can you see this? Cat.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this is okay. So now this is the clean data set I have. Okay, so now using this one I can design my machine learning model. But to design this machine learning model, first try to download this. If you want to download this CSV file, click on this ellipsis. Okay, hit on download. Fine. Hello.
Okay,
Yes,
sir.
Download. So it will get downloaded in your local machine. So after that, what I have done after downloading this one, that one in a local machine. Okay, so this is my project file now. Okay, have a look on this project file now. Have a look on the project file. One second. So what I have done here is, after downloading from the local machine, I have uploaded in my Google Drive. So this is the final data set. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, now let's try to design the model. Okay, so to design the model, again I'll try to create one more Google Colab file. This file is to clean the data. I'll try to create one more Google Colab file. Okay, select this. Yeah, Google Colab directory. Okay, so click on this Google Colab. Google Colab. Next is okay, hold on. Hold on, participant. This takes little time. Okay, now just try to give the name for this file first. Let's say Bangalore price detection model. Bangalore price detection model. Underscore price detection model. So next is select the TPU. Either you select TPU or GPU. Go to, it is none now, right now. So use GPU because I'm going to use this one XGBoost algorithm. That will take a little time, around 2 to 3 hours it takes sometimes. Okay, so next is, let's try to upload the model. Okay, so we need some libraries here like import pandas. Import pandas as PD. Next, we need import numpy for numerical value as np. Next, we need matplotlib for visualization. Matplotlib .plt. Okay, pyplot as plt. Next, we need cbom. Okay, again for the visualization purpose. cbom as SNS. Okay, so these many libraries we require. We run this one. Hello.
Hello,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes,
Hello.
sir.
Yeah.
Hello,
So
sir.
run this one. Yeah,
Okay,
run
sir.
this one. Next is next is just set the range here, maximum column as well as the minimum column. TD set underscore options. TD set underscore option display. So I'm going to set the screen now. Okay, so maximum screen only. Okay, so display dot max column underscore column. Next none. Same way, take it for minimum as a PD dot set option display at minimum sorry, maximum for column as well as row, no? Max underscore row. Max underscore rows. Next is none. Next is shift and enter. Just for the margins, for setting the margin, I have done it. Next, it's time to upload my what is that file? Okay, the clean dataset file. So to upload the dataset, what I can do is I'll try to create one variable called df. Next, pd read CSV, read underscore CSV. Okay, so next give the path name. So to give the path name, what I can do here is it should be in single quote. So single. Okay, so next go to drive. Okay, Google Drive. It's mounting now. Hold on a second. Starting mounting. Yeah, there is no action here. Google Drive is mounting now. Hold on. Okay. Okay. You can see here drive. My drive. Okay. House price. Yeah. Which data set I have to take now? Can someone tell me, please? Hello.
Last one.
Last one. This data set I have to take. So click on
Yes, sir.
ellipsis. Next to copy the path. Copy the path. Next to paste it over here. Paste it over here. Do this one.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So next is run this one. Okay. So it got okay. Now it is okay. So I have fetched the data now. Now next what I need to do is uh, uh, say 1 second guys. What next I need to do is df head. Let me try to check this data first. df head, shift and enter it. It's perfect. Same data. There is no yeah, same data. No, there is
Yes,
no
sir.
difference here. Same data I'm using. df is having that one. Now next is I need the same thing. I need to do it for clean data also. Okay, clean data is nothing but here. Uh, what is that data? Get clean data. Clean data is nothing but here. 1 second, guys.
Okay, sir.
Come back. One second. df. Yes, shape. Let me try to check the shape here. Let me try to check the shape. df equal to df dot shape. It's very important. Okay, df dot shape. Head in head, we will not get the count here. So let me try to check the count here. Shape df shape. Tuple object is not caliber. Shape. That means this is not a method. So shift and enter it. 71. Same record, no? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
DF shape. Yeah, same record. Okay, so we have the same record here. DF shape. Next is that is there. Uh, 1 second. That is there. Okay. So next is 3.3. Fine, no problem. Not it. Split data set in train and test. Now next what we need to do is, this is very important. Okay, we need to divide the data set in terms of training and testing. Okay, so before designing any model, any machine learning model, make sure that whatever the data you have, okay, so in data, some data you have to take for the training the model, okay, and some data you have to take or you have to consider for uh, testing the model. Okay, so that can be done by splitting the data, the entire record in terms of uh, train and testing the data. Okay, so let me write here split the model or split the record, split the record, split data set, in train and test. Train and test. Okay. Shift and enter it. Next is to split. Okay, so to split this one, so generally what I will do, I'll try to have x and y. X means this is very important participants. X means dependent variable. Y means
Independent.
hello, independent. Now tell me, yeah. Now tell me which is independent variable here. Sorry, dependent variable.
Price.
Sorry, X is sorry. X is independent variable. Y is dependent variable. Y is a price. Y is a price means obviously it is a dependent variable. With respect to price, we are going to detect the prices of the house, right? So
Yes,
we
sir.
need to access. Okay, we need to split that one. Okay, in the complete entire data set. So what I will do, I'll try to have X here variable. X is equal to df dot. Okay, there is an option called drop. Okay, there is an option called drop. So I'm going to drop this complete column. Which is that column? Price.
Right.
Hope you are clear. Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
I'm
Yes,
going
sir.
to drop the complete the column and try to give the column axis equal to 1. Finish. So that means in the entire data set, okay, in DF entire data set, price column will not be there. Hope you are clear.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so
Yes, sir.
next is okay. So this is I'm going to store in X. X will not be having the column called the price. Okay, run this one. Same way, let's try to have Y, which is nothing but my independent variable. So tell me how I can write the program here. Where is
DF
price now? Price column. DF.
dot drop.
Ah,
Dot
yeah.
drop.
So only the price you select. Only the price you select. That means in DF, from DF, I'm fetching only the column called the price. That means I'm going to store that one where in Y. Okay. Hope you are clear. Shift and enter it. So now you can check the values of X and Y. Let me see. X is having how many features? X dot shape. Okay. X dot shape. Sorry, it should be capital one. It should be capital. It should be capital X. Okay, it should be capital X. X is shape. X is shape. So it is having how many features? 107. We had 108. Remember. Okay, so that means price got dropped. That means 107. Now let's in the same way. Y dot shape. Records are same. There is no difference in record. Can you see this? Y is having 7120 and only one record we have. Sorry, one feature we have. Okay, so now I have split it. I have divided the entire data set in terms of X and Y. Now it's time to split this in terms of training and testing data. Okay, so for training and testing data, so we need one more library called from sklearn dot model underscore selection import. There is import some import train underscore test split. Okay, so train underscore test splits. So this method will be used to divide the entire data set in terms of training and testing values. Okay, so now next is here, since I have two-dimensional data here, so X underscore train. Okay, so select take one the variable called X underscore train, X value training data. To store the X value training data in the same way X all value test data. Okay, next in the same way Y value training data. Next, tell me Y value
Testing
test
them.
data. Okay,
Test data.
test data. Okay, so equals to call that method train test split.
Test with
Train test split method. Okay, select that one. Next is okay. So you should remember this flow. X value that is nothing but the independent data. Y value that is nothing but the what is that? What is Y?
independent.
Dependent data. Okay,
Independent.
so depend again. Test underscore. You give the size for the testing value. Size testing value. Remember, always try to keep the size of the testing value to let's say 20% or 30%. Don't give more than that. Okay.
Okay.
For testing and for training you give all the rest of the data. Suppose if I take okay for testing I have set the size be 20%, 0.2. So that means for the training how much I'm going to have?
0.8.
Yeah, 0.8, nothing but 80% I'm going to use for the training. Automatically by default it will take random test. So I'm going to have random check here, random record I'm going to take here. Okay, so to take the random records, so you can use this method called random state equals to, let's say 51. Okay, so next is, let's try to print this. Okay, print uh, shape of, I want to check the status now. Shape of extrain. Shape of extrain data. Shape of extrain equals to say what is that one? X of train. Okay, so shape. Correct? X of train equals to shape. In the same way, so I want to print the data of my rest of the other variables. So here X of should be Y of train. Y of train, Y of training value should be Y of train. Correct, participants? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
What about this one? X of
Yes.
test
Test,
equal to X of
test
test
dot
shape. X dot shape. Same way here also Y of train.
train.
Y of train.
No, sir,
And
Y of
this.
test, not Y of test, sir. Y of test, not Y of train.
Oh, yes, yes. Are you sure?
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Y
X
of
of test, correct, correct. X of test, X of test, correct.
Yes,
Y
sir.
of
Test.
Y of test, no?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Y of test.
This should be Y of test. Y of
Test dot shape.
this is also should test. Y of test. Y of test dot shape. What about this one? Rest of the correct, no?
Yes, sir,
What
correct.
about the X of test? X of train. X of test. Yeah, correct. Next is, let's try to run this one. Shift and enter it. Let's see. Okay, how much I have allocated for training and testing. Can you see this one? For X train, I have allocated how many records?
5,000.
5,696 records. Even for training also, why training? I have same record.
Yes,
And for testing, I have chosen 20% of it, 1,424 records.
sir.
Okay, clear? Clear, participants?
Yes, sir.
Now next is, okay, yeah. Now next is, let's try to design some model. Okay. To design the model, let's start with the linear regression. Linear regression, that is y is equal to mx plus c I will use. Okay, to design the model, and let's see how much the accuracy it is going to give me. Okay, to do that one, we need to do some kind of a feature scaling here. First, let me try to import the library. Okay, so library like sklearn pre-processing. We need to pre-process the data, pre-processing. Okay, so next import standard scalar. Okay, so this is standard format generally we use. Okay, when you are using this linear regression technical algorithm, so generally we use this library. Okay, next is SC. SC is equal to standard scalar. I'm just going to have the alias of the method called standard scalar. Standard scalar. Standard scalar. Yeah. Okay. So next is the same way. Let's take, okay, in SC I'll try to fix for training value. Okay, SC will be having my training value. SC fit. Okay, so we need to fit whether, we need to check whether this fits for your fits for my linear regression or not. Okay, so to do that one, okay, so I'm going to use the method called fit. Fit of x train. Fit underscore x train. So next is x of train. X underscore train. X underscore train equals to SC. SC transform. There is a function called transform. 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 Transforms. Transform. Trans. TRANS form. Okay. Now x of train. X underscore train. We run this. Same way we need it for test also. X underscore test. X underscore test equal to SC dot transform 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 x underscore test. So both the data I have given. Let me try to run. If this fits, okay, so execution will successful. There will be successful execution. If it is not fitting, means it will send an error. Let me check whether my data fits or not. There is some problem. What is that problem? Have a look on this. SC fit.
Thing.
There is some problem. What is it? Missing one required. Proportional arithmetics. What is that one? X of A. SC standard scalar. Standard scalar is a function. Okay, so here I have committed some mistake. Next is next is shift and enter. Yeah, it got
So
fit.
test
That
is
means yeah, have a look on this. That means my data matches with. Okay, so I can use this one data for in linear regression method. Okay, right.
yes,
Next is we'll try to finish this linear regression. Next in tomorrow's session we'll have some other the algorithms also. Fine. First is from scalar dot linear model. Okay, let's try to use linear regression first. Let me see how much accuracy I'm going to get. Import linear regression. Okay, so you need not to write any algorithm here. Directly, everything is available. Okay, in libraries. Linear regression. I'll have lasso and rigid also. I'll talk about this one later. Scalar dot linear model import lasso. I need to study what is lasso. Tomorrow I'll explain that. Lasso from
okay.
scalar dot linear model import input rigid. Okay, RIBG. Now next I need mean squared error. I need to calculate the amount of error also from scalar matrix dot matrix import mean squared error. Import mean squared error. Mean squared error. Yeah, this one mean squared error. Mean squared error. Next, I'll try to have the alias LR okay, equals to call my linear regression model. Linear regression. Okay, so next is same way for lasso and rigid. I'll have one more variable LR underscore lasso. I'll explain that what is lasso in next session. Lasso. Next is same way LR underscore ridge equals to ridge. Okay, so next is shift and enter. Let me see. It got executed. So now I can pass my testing value. Let's see. Okay. Definition RMSC, that is root mean square amount error. Okay, so I'll try to create two variable here. Pay attention, please. Okay, so same thing we are going to use in other model also. RMSC value, y of test. Now I'm going to pass my test value. Y of predict. Okay, so predict for the prediction purpose, I'm going to have one more variable here. Function. Next is okay, return me. So after the execution, return me np. Okay, np what is that? numpy square root of same thing what we did in ARIMA model. Okay, same I'm repeating here. But testing values okay are changed. We have split the entire model data set into test and training. There we have not done that. Square root of mean value, mean squared error. Next is give the value y of test, and y of predict. So next is After that, similarly, we have to do it for other also, like LR dot fit, LR dot fit, LR dot fit, LR fit, x of train, x of training value, x of training value, y of train. Sorry, it should be small letter. Y of okay. So next is now. Next is same thing. We have to do it for L score. For also LR dot score. So that means just to check the amount of accuracy what we are going to get from this algorithm. X of test, Y of test, Y of test. Okay, so in the same way, next is LR RMS value, RMSC value, RMSC root mean square error rate. Okay, so next is RMSC, RMSC. Next is Y of test, Y of test, LR dot predict method is try to predict the accuracy of x of test, x of underscore text. Next is LR score. I want to display LR score, that is national values, and my the amount of error which is present in the model, that is called the linear regression model. Okay, LR underscore RMSC, RMSC. Next is shift and enter. Let's see how much we are going to get. Can you see this? Hello.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes,
How much
sir.
accuracy we are getting?
0.
What, sir? How much?
How much accuracy we are getting? This is the
64.
accuracy of the model.
Yeah, 0.7.
7, 9.
9.
How many? Yeah. How many percentage?
79. 80%.
80, almost 80%. That means 79% accuracy we are getting.
Yeah.
And what about the error?
64.
64% error is there. Let's see
No,
with the other. Okay. Yeah. Root means square error. Have a look on this. 64.89. That means 65% error is there in this model. Okay.
Yes, sir.
If you are using linear regression model. In linear regression model, we have this one. This is for, I think, hold on. This is for Lasso or legit. Let's try to cross verify now. Cross validation. Similarly, 79 it is given, right?
Yes, sir.
Let's try to have Lasso now. Okay. So here, we copy this. Let me copy this. Copy this. Slightly I'll try to change the modification. LR of Lasso I'll take. That is for the region. Lasso. Lasso. Fit. Extend white train. Here also. LR Lasso. Lasso. Underscore score. LR underscore Lasso. Dot score X test to Y test. Okay, so in the same way, the Lasso root mean square. Lasso RMSC, same thing. Here LR Lasso.
Understood.
Underscore Lasso. Just cross verify. RMSC Lasso. Next is here also LR underscore Lasso. Underscore score. The same way LR underscore Lasso underscore RMSC. Let's see how much for the other method of linear regression we are going to get. Enter this. Can you see this? Accuracy how much?
0.80%. 80.
Is there any difference between these two?
No, sir. Little difference.
Uh-huh. Hello?
Error. There we had 60% error. Here we had
62. Which one you will consider?
that one, sir.
Which one?
That one.
Last
Before.
one. Last one.
Yeah, sir.
Okay. We'll try with support vector machine. If you are interested, or else we'll have the session next time. Tomorrow. Shall we
Yes, sir, we can
try
follow.
SVM?
Yeah, support. Yes, sir.
Just 10 minutes.
Okay,
Right?
sir. Yeah.
Let's try with SVM. How much SVM is giving? Okay, support vector machine. Support vector machine. Okay. So here in support vector machine, same thing from sklearn. sklearn. Okay, so this is very important library. You have to remember this. sklearn SVM. So SVM algorithm present in this one. sklearn. Okay, import SVR. It should be in capital. Okay, so next is create one variable. SVR. So SVR. Call that algorithm SVR method. So that means this is SVM, support vector machine. Next is same thing, SVR. Just like let me try to copy this again. I'll copy this. Next is paste it over here. Here, okay. Instead of LR, okay, so use here SVR. SVR fit, X of train, X of test. SVR score, LR, no? Here is there any SVR, no? This should be SVR. SVR score, test and train. Next to here also SVR. SVR RMSC, same thing. X of test. Here also
That above line.
instead of LR,
LR dot predict instead of LR dot predict. SPR dot predict.
Which line?
Just above that last line.
Predict. Yes. So here also SVR. Predict. Same here also LR. Instead of LR you have SVR. Fine. Is there any other LR here?
No,
No, I guess. Let me run this one. Shift and enter it. Let's see how much we are going to get. Started. This takes time. No? XGBoost will take care of it. Have a look on this. How much we are getting?
Sir, 120.
How many?
120. Accuracy is
no, have a look at this is my accuracy. This is my error. SVR it is not possible to support. We can't use SVR. Support vector machine is giving only 20%. Right?
okay.
Okay. Support vector machine only gives 20%.